This is a Move Forever Workbook Guide, Week 12, Trace. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Lao Tzu. A familiar word with a different meaning, a new movement adventure for you to try. To trace comes from the French verb traquer, which means to trace a path. With roots in the movement discipline of parkour, traquer is also a playful call to someone to get a move on. There's that word play again. Your ability to make it up as you go, to spontaneously flow from one simple movement to the next and make it look and feel playful is the true path to movement mastery. See how many new paths you're able to trace this week. You'll hopefully be feeling more at home in your body and your environment by now. Moving efficiently, gracefully, and courageously through your world, truly in your element. So let's dive into the workbook and get this week underway. Here's the overall layout for the workbook. Plan, do, then review. As ever, we'll start with the plan. 3 things this week. First one, let the path lead us. We're going to go to places where there are lots of different route options available and see how creatively we can move around them. Create our own path. We're also going to try and uncover the not so obvious options wherever there seems to only be one way to go. And training by stealth. We're going to pick a few places we like to play and then let them create the entire route that we take that day. We hope this will be a great way to plan runs and long walks that aren't just about the distance we cover. The sand dunes are a bit like rabbit warrens. You can go everywhere, go anywhere, spend all day there if you're not careful. But sometimes there's still just one route available. And sometimes you've got to just put some work in so that you can get the fun. The route across this bridge is obvious, right? This one turned into a game of follow the leader. It made sense for me to go first to make it tricky for Laura's little legs. I found it hard enough. Go on. Well done. Now for the dismount. This is a fun game, mapping out a running or walking route by linking up a small number of places to play. A bit like the adventures you used to have as a child, where the miles covered were just the bits in between. Right, done with that one. On to the next. Okay, and now for something a bit different. And we're done. Well, after this 6 miles back home anyway. So midway through the week, let's see what ideas and inspirations we've come up with as we've gone. Make it a game. We were always going to turn it into play, weren't we? The game this weekend is to add one simple rule or instruction to how a path is to be traced. This means there might be less options available, so a bit more resourcefulness will be required. The name of this game is to get to that signpost over there, across this. The simple rule we added for this one is that the loose, sandy, stony ground is hot lava and must be avoided at all costs. It was pretty straightforward at first. Lots of solid ground. And a tricky bit. It was a bit slippery on this bit. Normally I'd be okay coming off here, not into hot lava. Ooh, made it. This last bit turned into quite a bit of an excursion. We weren't in a hurry to get anywhere, so it didn't matter. Made it to the top. Here comes the other one. The name of this game is to get from one end of the shot to the other. The simple rule we apply is that you need to climb through at least one bit of each of the 4 trees. And we're done. So let's have a look back at the week and see how we got on. Trace a movement path. Effectively, we're still just combining all of the original movements, but taking it to the next level, just adding a little bit more playfulness. Trace an entire adventure. It was fun to reframe that run or long walk so that it was merely the thing we did to connect opportunities to play. You think less about the miles in between. You no longer care about timing them. A simple rule can provide focus. Yes, that's right. We dared ourselves to add a bit of structure. All this does, though, is ask us to think on our feet more creatively and maybe to throw in a few moves that we sometimes shy away from when we're playing simply for the fun of it. So as for the weekly checks, it feels like we've moved on a lot over this past 3 months and are still struggling to find a box that we can't tick. Have a go yourself. Use Move Forever, the workbook, this video, and your own experience and intuition to plan out your week. Don't forget to share your progress in the group. Pictures, videos, lessons, ideas. We always love to hear how you're getting on. And please feel free to like this video, share it with your friends, or even subscribe. See you next week.